Oh yeah, I think Javin's going to get a lot of playing time this year. I think you're going to see him as a little bit of a flex outside linebacker and a safety, kind of like what JoJo Doman does. And yeah, I think he's going to start to come into his own this year. And I think Husker fans are going to be pleasantly surprised. But most Husker fans already know his lineage, and big things have always been expected of him since he stepped on campus.
Yeah. So go ahead, Josh.
Well, I was saying he's got such a good role model, and JoJo being that thing, especially JoJo being here that 6th year, he's going to have all the advantages that he's going to need. Going on road trips, maybe rooming with him, and being able to kind of dissect a little bit more than if you were room with another freshman.
So I'm going to read this question, but I'm going to give you a little perspective on our deal here. You've known Greg, Josh, for a long time. My deal is TV guy for 30 years, just got out of that end of it about 9 months ago, decided to do my own thing. So local markets, Mississippi, Ohio, ESPN for 19 years in production operations manager. So I'm a national guy that comes in here and, knows Nebraska football from that standpoint, from a more national perspective. So when I see things like this, because this gets joked around all the time, I'm watching Nebraska play almost every game. I'm not watching the South Alabama game wire to wire, but you know what I mean? Watching just about everything. And people seem to be jumping on this every week. Is there something about Frost and screen passes and swing passes out of the backfield?
Yeah, and they has me doing that, but that's the Oregon offense. I mean, that's kind of what he, I guess, learned to be a coach on, and it worked. And there's a ton of potential in the play. If one guy misses a tackle, then it's hits out the gate, and you're getting a big yard. But man, I don't know if it's like the penalty thing where we just end up on the wrong side of it, but I'd say it's got like a 20% success rate. I don't know, Greg. What do you think that's about an accurate percentage? I mean, I hate to say it, but
yeah, no, I think you're right on there. I don't see it any different than that.
Josh, that has to be a horrible feeling when you're in the open field and you've seen a guy on tape that is amazing, and he's probably even better once you get him in the open field, and you got that kind of feeling like, I'm going to guess which way, but it's rough, in the open field against somebody who's just ridiculously quick.
Yeah, it's terrible. And almost the worst part about it is you get torn up about it, right? Like, oh, you just missed a tackle. You're supposed to be able to make this tackle, this and this. So we had I don't know if they did a raffle or something like that, but a group of just fans or whatever bought tickets, and they were a day in the life of a Husker. All right, so they came in. And then, so I put them through a base defense, told them to take notes. We're going to go on the field and do it. And then we just did a simple tackling drill. And I was just in shoes. And we were just going like 50% and whiff. I'm like, now you won't tweet about it because you see we're going 50%. And I'm not quick. You know what I mean? You get a guy out there that's pretty athletic. Yeah, it's not a fun thing to do. It's not. And some people, like, for example, Luke Reimer, he doesn't think. He just goes and he shoots. Quick. And and he's great, and he read it good. And other times you're just a little bit farther back, you didn't quite read it that good, or you're not that quick like myself, and you're like, here we go, let's see what happens.
Hey, remember, talked a little bit about, remember when you went down to Atlanta for the 5-star challenge and you had to cover O.J. Howard?
We're 1-1.
Yeah.
1-1. So I'll take that pretty good. Yeah. No, that was kind of the first glimpse of like, oh boy. So this is what the next level jumping into college is going to be like. We're going to have dudes that are 6'6" and can run like that. Like, yeah, better get ready for it and strap up and get ready for college in a couple of years.
People have to understand too that those 1-on-1 drills are totally geared for the offense. The defense actually has no chance whatsoever. But when they do make a play, then you can see that they're pretty good.
yeah, 100%.
Josh, who were the quickest?
You said what?
Go ahead.
No, that Friday Night Lights, the camp, it's great, right? 1-on-1s, it's good for the fans to see the receivers make the big plays, but the poor defensive guys are just, if you win, it's receiver catch the ball, but whatever next one. And if they win, it's hey, good job, they beat you.
Especially, it's even worse at the linebacker running back because Josh is already way back behind the line of scrimmage compared to the offensive player. So he's got to play catch up from the snap of the ball.
And slower.
Yeah.
And a lot slower. At least the DBs are just receivers that can't catch.
Yeah.
Who were the quickest and fastest guys that you had to deal with in the open field?
I played with Amir Abdullah.
Well, yeah.
I was miserable, man. It still baffles me to this day why anytime just do a little motion and anytime that the defense is in man-to-man, we're just going to run Amir through and let him do whatever he wants and give him the ball, and it's 10 yards of play easily, and they'll check out a man and they'll be in zone the rest of the game. I don't know why we didn't do it. The man could cut on a piece of dust, not even a dime. He was so quick.
And, we've talked about it before on here. Amir came into Nebraska as a 3-star, and he ran 2 4-stars out of town that were in the same class, and Braylon Hurd and Aaron Green.
Yes, he did. And those guys were no joke either. They were all backs. But the craziest thing is everybody that was older than me that I played with said that Rex was actually quicker than Amir. Just with they said he had this little wiggle. Right, it wasn't the drastic knees touching the ground, make a defender fly by. It was just enough of a wiggle and step that he could just make him fall off. And I thought that was, knowing Amir's quickness, I was like, no way is he quick.
No, I remember Rex at the TCU Nike camp when he was a junior in high school, and you see this white guy with a balding head going and a little goatee and. Oh, my God, he was just putting on a show there. And I don't think he even had a Nebraska offer at the time. But, Rex was a special kind of guy. And Amir as well.
Yeah, no doubt.